Hello, so today I'm going to talk about authors that I still haven't read. This was kind of a tag floating around the community a while ago, so me being me, I'm gonna do it like a couple months late. And I saw people doing it in like 5 and 10 authors, but I have a lot, so I'm not going to elaborate as much. And there are obviously more than what I'm going to name, but these are ones that I feel like everyone else has read, or they have a lot of books out, or they've been on my shelf forever and I still haven't read them. So let's get started. The first author is Cassandra Clare, author of Mortal Instruments and The Infernal Devices. Now, I still haven't read these books, and I hate myself every day for it. I'm a good amount of the way into City of Bones though, and I will finish it before I see the movie, and I will talk about it and the movie, and it'll be okay, and I'll finish this series before City of Heavenly Fire comes out. So, you know what? The next author is Dan Brown, author of Angels and Demons and The Da Vinci Code and all those great books. I've heard several wonderful things about his books and I really want to get around to them. The next author is Rick Yancey, and I feel like he's written a lot, and a lot of people have read this book especially, but he wrote The Monstrumologist, which I still haven't read, and I don't even know if I will, but this book seems really good. And the next author is Sarah Dessen. I know, you guys have told me that this is the best Sarah Dessen book, like by far, so I still really want to get around to reading this one especially. The next author is Markus Zusak, who wrote most notably, I believe, The Book Thief. He also wrote I Am the Messenger. I've heard great and bad things about it, and okay things about it, so I really want to know what I feel about his books. The next author is Neal Shusterman, author of Unwind, which still haven't read. Countless recommendations, and I still just never have gotten around to it, but I will, because I really want to read this and the sequel. The next author is Patrick Ness. He wrote the Chaos Walking trilogy, which I really would like to read because I've heard some great things about it and it seems like something I'd really enjoy. I love the covers of these books and I really want to get the whole trilogy. This next author, I've read books that he's co-written, but never a book that's just from him. And I'd really like to read one of his own books to see what he can do on his own without someone else writing chapters from the other perspective. And that is David Levithan. What I've read of him I really like, and I'd like to read this book and all the other books that I have of his. The next author is Allie Carter, author of High Society and The Gallagher Girls. You know, those books, I tell you I love you, but then I'd have to kill you. Anyway, her books seem really cool and like entertaining and fun and like mysterious. I don't know, I just really want to read her books. The next author only has 2 books out that I know of, and that is Kiera Cass, and she's the author of The Selection and The Elite, which is the sequel to this, and everyone is always talking about this. I really would like to read it. I think there's something about a TV show going on with this, but I don't know. Am I wrong? The next author is Ali Condi, author of the Matched trilogy, Matched, Crossed, and Reach. I own Matched and Crossed. I haven't read her books, even though the trilogy is kind of like come and gone. I'd still like to go back and read it real quick. And then we have J.R.R. Tolkien, author of The Hobbit and the Lord of the Rings series trilogy. Never read these books. I would love to read The Hobbit before all of the movies are done, because I think there's 3 movies coming out on this, and one of them's already out, one of them's coming out, and then the next one they're like going to make next year, I'm guessing. So that's kind of like an entire 3-hour movie for every 100 pages of The Hobbit, so I don't know how that is going, but I'd like to know, although I have heard this book is like hella boring. I've also heard that it's like awesome, so I'd really like to know what I think about it. Also, I feel like I should mention George R.R. Martin, since I really want to read his books, but they're really intimidating to me, but I feel like once I get into them, I'll like them and I'll keep going. But he's definitely on the list, and I forgot to mention him, so I felt like I should. Anyway, and finally, just thought I'd throw this in here. I've read, like, most of this author's books, but I still haven't gotten around to finishing the Kane Chronicles by Rick Riordan, let alone finishing the first book. We have the Red Pyramid, the Throne of Fire, and the Serpent's Shadow. I have these all, but I haven't read them. I liked the first one where it was going. It was a little bit hard to get into, but I'd really like to know what happens to Carter and Sadie. I think those were their names. Yes. So I'll have to restart book 1 sometime when I have not other things to read or when I feel like going back into it. Although I'm really looking forward to his Norse mythology series, and I'd like to be all caught up on his other series before I get to that, kind of. It'd be nice. So those are the authors I haven't read yet. What authors have you not read? Leave your video as a video response or let me know or something. I will see you guys with a new video very soon. Have a good one. Goodbye. The Gallagher girls. No.